What is up, everyone? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. It is Tuesday, February 9th. How's everyone doing in chat? How are you doing, Chewy?
I'm good, man. It's been a day, but I'm good, man. What's Exo Squid, Thicky Jimmy, G Willard, Exo Squid? Thank you for the tier 2 sub for 10 months. Thanks for the tier 2, man.
Ooh, appreciate that, my
that.
dude.
Absolutely.
You
How
so
are you,
much.
man?
Good. It's been a stressful day. I took my pupper, as you can chat can see him laying down sleeping. I took him to the vet today for a dental cleaning, and then he ended up having to get some teeth taken out. So they had to do all that. So he is out. He is very, so it's a little stressful. He's good. He's doing fine. He loves his wet food, as we were talking about before we started the stream. Fed him probably about an hour ago one of the little cans of pate.
Ooh,
and they
fancy.
Yeah, I know. They were like, when they were asking me what to like if I wanted, they were like, do you want pate or stew? I was like, what? I'm like, it's dog food. Like, do you? I'm like, I don't. It doesn't matter to me. Just give me whatever you think's best.
Oh, hold on. Do you have a spoon?
Yeah,
that would have been the real baller move. Be like, hold on. No, he wouldn't like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he'd like that. That's more in his flavor palette,
dude. And it smells awful.
Oh, I bet.
And it smells terrible. He has to eat like 4 cans of it a day.
Jeez. Big boy.
Yeah, he's like 63 pounds now. So, but yeah, no, he's good. He's good. I was nervous, but he's good.
Yep. I'm glad he got taken care of, though. Got a couple topics, kind of a light news / topic day. We're gonna keep it a little shorter today, as tomorrow could be. I don't think it'll be a long stream. I hope it won't be a long stream, but it'll be what it is. Real quick, Gnarly Charlie, for you, how are you doing? I'm good. It's just been a day. I'll get into that in a few. And did you get the Squid 60s all wrapped up and out the door? I did. I dropped them off yesterday. I went to go drop them off Sunday, but then there were a lot of signs that were very adamant about do not leave on Sunday. And I was like, I'm not going to leave all these keyboards somewhere where they might get taped. It's like the USPS place that I go to, you just put them in these bins like around the back. And because they don't want you dropping off, like, I mean, if it's like 1 or 2, they're like, whatever, just hand them to me, or I would just put them in the chute. But I feel like I'd clog the chute up, because I did during the Baca. I had 7 and I put like 4 in, and by the 4th one, someone was like, stop on the other side of the wall. I was like, oh, sorry. Like, walked around. Lesson learned. But yeah, I got them all out, so happy. Hopefully they all travel quickly. For international folks, they got released from customs today from the group buy orders. So customs moving a little bit slow, but that was anticipated. But no, it's been a day. I'll talk. We'll do some personal updates after what's on your desk. But I want to give a quick shout out to our awesome sponsors and partners, OmniType Cannon Keys and Project Keyboards, as well as Smith & Rune, Type Beast, and Zap Cables. We'll hear more from them in a little bit. Starting off, what is on your desk, and did you get any mail this week?
Let's see. I didn't get any mail. I think I'm still waiting on something. I didn't check my mail today, so that's kind of partly the issue. I'm waiting on a cap. I won an artisan raffle for a Lividity cap, and should be getting that soon. But as far as what's on my desk, I'm still rocking it in honor of the squid, the Baca 60. Again, OD green, Cerakoted, Baca 60, number 9, favorite number. Yeah, with GMK olive. It just, I don't
It
know.
slaps, man.
Yeah. It's like it's one of those things. It's not anything crazy, but it's something you're like, this is good. You're like, it's good.
It's good. It's no thrills, no frills. Just weight.
Yeah, it's not
I guess if there's a frill, it's the fact that it's a 5 pound 60% keyboard.
that. Yeah, yeah. It's not like mind blowing. It's not like the second coming of keyboard Jesus, but it's
I wouldn't
like
want it to be.
it's just it's a Rust Belt kind of board.
It is. That's why I can't wait to see the patina in like a year. I'm gonna like hit up everyone that has a Squid 60 and be like, show me that patina. How's it going? Because mine looks rough, and I fucking love it. Mine looks like I eat pizza every single day and don't wash my hands, and then
just pick it up and rub it.
I'm just like I rub the grease off. No, but no, yeah. Like I said, just cook steaks on it. You know, I can't anymore. That's been taken from me. That for I can. I just wouldn't. I would be called a poser. So so maybe I'll use it as like a sushi platter. You know, it's kind of that same. What's funny is there's a box. So let me see if I can. You can see the white box right here. So that box, I handed it to Osiris the other day when he was here. Archetype, what's up, man? If you guys haven't checked out Archetype, he makes great keycaps, and the ones that he did for Polybius are fucking insane. They are amazing. They're some of the best artisans I've ever seen. But that white box, so I've got a couple different boards getting Cerakoted for some friends. So for the friends and family that got Squid 60. And those are just the weights. And I handed it to him and I was like, it's kind of heavy. And he's like, okay. It's just like 25 pounds of weights. But yeah. On my desk, I did get some mail. But I'll show off what's on my desk. I have the bumper. This is growing to be one of my favorite boards. It sounds like so deep and thocky because it's just one giant piece of polycarbonate. It looks clean. I'm excited for this to patina. These sides, like it's clean. And what's nice is even though the sides are flat, it's really easy to pick up because it's rounded, which is a nice plus. And then I've got the 89 gram blueberries in there. So a very heavy, but still very tactile switch. So it's great. And then for mail, nothing too exciting. I talked about it literally. I got off stream. Osiris goes, "How's the build?" And I was like, "Well, let me tell you, I need a fucking solder sucker. I need a solder sucker." So thanks to the viewership and subs and donations and all of that, the bits, we were able to get one of these, the things that we need to continue and not go, I don't want to play. Hey, there it is. I used to have one of these and then I melted the tip, but you know, I was so young.
Did you throw it away?
It literally was unusable.
Oh, like you melted like the actual
plastic. Like the plastic was sealed off.
Oh,
but okay. It's because I was desoldering. Like I had desoldered like 10 whole boards with this, and like 75% too, and it met its match. But this is, you know, for the quick, what I recommend if you don't want to get a desolder gun, I would go for this on the full on, you know, experience of that. But if you're fortunate enough to own a solder sucker, this is the greatest for just like the one or two you need to switch. And every now and then, honestly, every 6 months, one thing I like to do is relube my stab switches. Especially the space bar. I'll just pop the space bar switch out, relube it real quick, put it back in. Ooh, it's like typing on a new keyboard. So that is it with me. And then, you know, I don't even know. I don't know if I've talked to you about this. We got a new car. We re-updated our lease. In the strangest fashion, they like text me. And I've been getting texts because we have very low mileage lease. We were like 1,700 or 17,000 miles under. Uh, I mean, part of that's because of quarantine, but the other part of that is we don't live far from where we work, and we don't go anywhere. Don't do any huge traveling or anything like that. And they like texted me, uh, and they're like, "We can do this like right now, like no turn in fee, all that." And I was like, "Cool, let's get it in writing." Like, I sent all this shit. Talk to the finance guy. Of course, the finance guy had to like upsell me on shit, and be like, "This is what you owe," and I was like, "No, no, no." Like, well, Dikembe Mutombo action on that, and I was like, "Nope, this is the price. Like, let's get it down to this price." So, and then they straight up they drove out Thursday night at like 8:30. They drove out, and we just signed the paperwork there and handed them keys. And you're like, "So we don't even need to like vacuum." He's like, "Nope, we're good. All those are like all the fees would be waived as long as you did it today." And we were like, "I mean, it says it right there. That's the price. We don't owe any more." Like,
Okay.
all right, cool. So, uh, just a nice little. We got the fancier version. We have a CRV, and we went
Nice.
from like the bottom to like the mid tier. That's got the fancier things to it. So that's
Oh man. Archetype keycaps. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Congrats
hell yeah,
to all the winners of the free sub. Um
hell
thank you
yeah.
so much, man. Appreciate that. And congratulations to you and Miss Abrica Daniel for the new car.
Yeah,
It's a good feeling.
yeah. It's good. And we lease. I've talked about this before amongst friends, but uh, we lease because there's something nice knowing that you are covered. There's something nice knowing that like yes, it's a little bit more, but there's that feeling of like I don't have to worry about if our main car, like my car works, but it's not anything special. But um, there's that, it's the quality of life price, right? Where you're just like, "Oh, I don't. At least I don't, if I get a tire flat, if the engine's light comes on, whatever, like we're good. We just take it in and deal with it."
Yeah.
Something nice about quality of life.
Well, yeah, it's always nice. Like, I feel like that's a good situation to have, like, especially when you're married, have one leased and one that you own. And that way you have one that's like kind of the beater, you know? If you have to do something crazy, you can. It can get the job done. And then you've got one that's
Yep.
always kind of new, you
Yep.
know?
New, fresh, smells nice.
Yeah.
Got
There
one
you
of
go.
those. We got a dog seat for it now, like the
Yeah.
tarp that goes over everything, so keep it a little cleaner. But and the other news that I'm excited because I want to share this. I don't think I've shared this with you. Good Lord, another 5 gifted subs by Archetype. Thank you.
Thank you so
We
much,
need to
dude.
get Archetype. We need to get you on here, man. My wife's she goes, well, let's get Archetype on the stream soon. But it's very important to me. I know Osiris and I have talked about this a lot, especially in my case. But I am starting therapy on Thursday. Got to get that mind checked. So for those, I think it's important to share that I have started therapy because I want people to know that like it's okay to talk about mental health. It's important.
It is. It is.
So it was just something that I've been kind of tossing up in the air for a while, and then I found out our insurance covers it for free on virtual, and I was like, well, now there's literally zero reason that I shouldn't do it. So yeah, on Thursday, excited, and I'll probably talk about the experience in minor detail next week. So
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's one of those things because I know that we've had that conversation even all the way back to when we lived together. Um, and it's like now with the quarantine and there's a lot of new companies that are doing more virtual stuff, it made it so easy to just you don't have that like stigma of going to like the shrink and having to sit on the couch and like,
yeah,
go through that process where you feel like it's always had such like a negative aspect to it. Like
yeah,
there's
like something's wrong with me. That's
yeah,
why I'm here.
it's like
Where it's like,
sometimes you just need to talk about shit, you
yeah,
know?
just getting stuff out, and they're trained to ask the right questions and give
Hmm.
the right and lead you to the answer. So excited about that. Um, And then I just want to share a funny as fuck story about my work today. So I'm going to explain it. You know what? I'll explain it with an actual brush. So for those who don't know, I have two like insane anxiety inducing panic moment things. Do you know them? See if you can name them. There are two things.
One is Band-Aids.
Yes. That's number one. I have like a deathly fear of Band-Aids.
Man, I would say, man, I don't.
Travis, okay, I'll give you this one. Travis has done it to me, and it caused me to almost have a panic attack at Guitar Center.
Was it the knee thing?
No, that's just him hitting me.
I was gonna say the other thing that I know you're like not okay with is broccoli.
Oh yeah, I mean I hate broccoli.
Oh, writing on your hands.
Yeah, writing on my hands.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how I forgot that.
Yeah.
I remember.
So I have tattoos. But I have like this very like anxiety inducing thing about anything being written on my hands. It drives me insane. And actually funny, CF Kaner is one of my one of my coworkers. And she like almost marked on my hand the other day, and I literally jumped back like 8 feet. I was like, oh, she just looked at me like I was insane. And so today,
it is a very strange phobia.
It's a weird one, but you're allowed a couple, right? You're handed.
True.
You're allowed a few. And so for those who don't know, I work with special needs children, and one of my kids, we're in art class today, and they're painting, and I hate paint day. Not because it's like I love that they're getting their art, but like special needs kids paint, it can get messy very easily. And so I reach out and I'm like, I'm like, hey, you hand me the brush, I'll clean the brush, because we're not going to be sitting there making a whirlpool and the thing. And 3 times today he was like, I was like, hand me the brush, and he just goes, hand me the brush. And my hand was just like covered. And I was like, I mean, it's waterproof, but it was just like one of those like.
It's just funny because I just imagine like there's teachers in the teacher lounge like the next day. And like, yeah, did you hear Dave quit? Like, well, yeah, what got him? Did like one of the kids like attack him or something? Like, no, they got paint on his hand.
Got paint on his hand.
He had a panic attack. It wasn't getting hit in the nuts.
No, not at all. But and then the story, for those wondering, the Guitar Center is one of my coworkers went up with that fat, like the box Sharpies, and just drew a line down the front of my hand. And I literally it took me I scrubbed until there was no skin left on the top of my hand.
I feel like I remember when that happened, because like it sounded like someone punched you extremely hard in the gut, and all of the air in your body came out of your mouth in like a quarter of a second.
So, yeah, anyway, I just put a huge like target on my back at meet. I'm going to wear gloves at meetups.
Yeah, right.
Just defend myself. Anyway, let's talk about keyboards. Since that's why we're here, right?
Sharpies, just trying to
find. Just like, where's Chewy? It's like I got Band-Aids and Sharpies for him, ready to go.
Yeah, people were asking if it's used Band-Aids.
Yes, it is used Band-Aids. It is used Band-Aids. Fresh Band-Aids are fine. It's growing up around a pool, like in neighborhood pools, and the city that Osiris and I grew up in had lots of public pools. It was just the Band-Aids were just everywhere, and it grossed me out. And it's like literally making me sick to my stomach thinking about. But keyboards, something else that's making me sick to my stomach is the color of strawberry lemonade. And no, that's not a joke at TKC's color matching, although that could use some fixing. I am allergic to strawberries, but we've got problems again. Listen, we've talked about strawberry lemonade. We've talked about it. It's been a minute. And we've gotten this little disclaimer, and there's a couple things to unpack here. One, that looks like a candy cane, not pink. So just
it really does. I didn't even think about that. I feel like I've seen
So
pictures of this and I was like, interesting. They put a candy cane or like a parlor sign.
yeah, that's the barbershop sign. Yeah. So you were actually not here. This was when you were feeling under the weather. And Mr. DD Decline joined us. So thanks again, DD Decline. Strawberry lemonade. It's supposed to be kind of a pink and yellow theme. Why the stripes? I don't know exactly why the stripes. We have the designer in. I guess I should have asked him more about that. The rest of the artisan or the novelties make sense, but it's supposed to be kind of like, like strawberry lemonade, right? It's kind of that it's like, or pink lemonade. There's another one, that, I mean, it's just sugar, but like it's supposed to be more of a pink. Now, looking at the renders that we've seen, it is more of a red pink than like a cool pink, like you would see an actual pink lemonade. So I think they were just trying to do something cool with the space bar here, and it just kind of looks like a giant candy cane. I think I nicknamed this Infinity McDonald's, because that's just kind of what it looks like now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the renders now. Yeah, and the chat was saying it's supposed to be a straw.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I get it. And I guess even if it is red, the straw being red still makes sense, right? Like that's
Still
the
makes
normal
sense.
color on the straw.
Yeah.
Could be a little nitpicky saying maybe that the red should be real thin. I feel like when I see a straw, the stripes are not equal sizes,
Yeah,
but
it's
you know what?
very.
Hey. Um
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. But okay. So or you read this out
which one is
for
this?
those.
Oh,
This is
the
the post from the TKC crew.
yeah. I'll read this out because it may not be very legible on stream. So this is for Strawberry Lemonade. If you're receiving this note, it's because you placed an order for the Infinity Strawberry Lemonade, specifically the Novelties Kit. There is an error in our orders, and we are short on novelty kits. We have now placed an order for the novelty kits to be produced, which will take place when our manufacturer resumes production after the Chinese New Year closures. The kits are expected to be shipped to you in April. We will ship the rest of your strawberry lemonade order to you as normal. We are incredibly sorry for the inconvenience, and we have made changes to our internal processes to make sure that this doesn't happen again. To make up for it, we'd love to offer you the following. If you order a novelties kit, you will also receive a free Mint Accents kit. If you purchase the Mint Accents kit, you will be receiving a partial, refund for the cost of the Mint Accents. In addition, you will also receive a one-time use discount code, Lemonade15, for 15% off, tied to your TKC customer email, and then legal mumbo jumbo stuff of, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, this brings up a lot of questions. First off, now, okay, I get that mistakes happen. I totally understand mistakes happen. But it's easy to nitpick when the mistake keeps happening to the same person, by the same person. It keeps, or people. I shouldn't say, I'm not singling out one person from TKC. They keep making mistakes. They keep making these same problems for themselves. I appreciate. Let's start off with this is the right move. Partially, I think the 15% is the right move. The 15% is the right move. I'm not personal. Now, this is a personal choice. The fact that they're giving people free mint kits is great. It's a nice show of like, hey, we're trying, we're sorry. Which is probably honestly the best that we've seen from TKC is like, hey, here's some money, here's a discount code, and here's some accent kits, or here's some extra stuff. As part of me thinks that either they order too many of the mint kits, or maybe they have to order a certain amount, so they're like, fuck it, let's just send it to everybody.
So looking at the group buy page, it sold 50, whereas the novelties sets sold 207. So I'm assuming that they bought out a significant portion. So it's more
Yeah.
of that people didn't really care about Mint Accents kit
Yeah.
proportional to the actual novelties that were ordered.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, with an accent kit like that, I'm trying to think of a set that really went like for like an accent set that went with a different color entirely. So like let's Moto Light, right? Moto Light had the gray set. If I was told that my space bars, if Omnitype said the space bars we didn't order enough, so it's going to be a month, but we'll give you these gray kits too, I'd be kind of like, that's not, no, like I want something like this is fine, I guess, but like it doesn't really make up for the fact that this is messed up. I don't know how you mess up this order. That's the first thing I thought of is,
Mechs.
I mean, you're just kind of you're just moving one number. Like I assume it's from a spreadsheet, and then you just take those numbers on the spreadsheet. So I don't know. This could have been an Infinikey mess up. This could be a TKC. The fact that they're not outright blaming Infinikey makes me think that this was their mess up. Like maybe a number didn't get typed correctly, or maybe a 1 got left off or something.
I don't understand how this happens and it doesn't get picked up like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like this isn't a situation like we had with GMK Alter, right? Where it came out and it was the wrong color.
Completely
but
backwards.
That was like a GMK thing. Like Switchmod had no idea that was happening until they showed up, right? Mm-hmm. Also, Space Cables, thank you for the tier 1 for 8 months. Appreciate it, my dude.
We're going to be having Space Cables on relatively soon.
Ooh, excited.
So excited to have him on.
But like, I don't understand how that happens, because you would assume that they would order. Like, did they order like? Did someone forget a 0? Did they sold 207? Did they order like 300? And then they, instead of ordering 300, they ordered like 30?
Yeah, that's like, my guess is like they put in, but then also like I'm
like, how does accounting not understand that?
Accounting. How would you not notice, unless you're just not paying attention that closely to your books? You would notice, why do I have this huge amount of money sitting here, like not doing anything? Like what? Like I'm sure they have some sort of quote price, and there should be this, like, when I put these numbers in, this is how much we should pay, and then I should see the invoice for this much. So who knows? I mean, it's kind of a couple of people saying it's getting old, and right?
My thing is, I think this is one of those deals where props to them for getting ahead of it, in a sense, and posting about it. Like, I work in an industry. I was telling Chewy this before stream. I work in an industry that works in leather, and in one of our leather suppliers, they had an outbreak of COVID. They didn't tell us that they had an outbreak of COVID, and they just kept delaying one of our orders for one of our largest colors that we use for the products we make. And they didn't say anything. They just didn't fulfill our order. Our CEO had to sit down and call them and be like, what the hell's going on? You know, we're about to run out of one of our main products because you can't get us our order that we placed in October. At least they got in front of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go out and you send out this stuff and you're saying, hey, we're sorry, this is what happened, rather than like everyone else getting their stuff and then them just saying, oh, well, we're still waiting on novelties, right? Like, that would be more shady. But the other thing that I don't like is the thing that I noticed that I kind of cringed at when I was reading it is that if you order the novelties kit, you will receive a free Mint Accents kit. But if you purchased the Mint Accents kit, you will be receiving a partial refund for the cost of the Mint Accents. So why? Why are they not getting a full refund for the Mint? So if I didn't buy it, I get it for free. But if I did buy it, I don't get all of the money back for that. Like,
Very awkward.
Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like,
like I'm imagining this. I'm just like, if I shipped out like if I shipped out boards or if I didn't get enough plates, be like, for the squid, and I was like, okay, everyone's getting a plate. I'm sorry, I messed up. Everyone's getting a plate. But if you already got a plate, if you ordered an extra plate, I'll give you 10 extra. You're not gonna like, you don't get all the money from the extra plate back, but I'll give you some, and I feel like that would piss people off. So I'm like, yeah, this is ridiculous. I don't. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I can't support TKC right now. I don't
it's
I don't I don't want to give them their money because I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what I give them their money is going to come to be what I expect. Like, we've got we were my wife and I were fortunate that I was I wasn't reaching for it. I was just pointing at it, but look at this. This green is supposed to be a lot mintier. It's probably supposed to be the mint that is on.
it
it's,
probably
probably,
is.
it's probably supposed to be that. So good job finally nailing the mint color. But I mean, the set, it works on this board, right? Because it's the rainbow unicorn everything rainbow vomit board. It looks good on this one, but at the end of the day, this is the last thing that we purchased from them, and it's going to be the last thing until they can, because it used to be, with the grain mess ups and a couple others, like, okay, just do one. Now it's like you really need to show that you can do multiple group buys without messing things up. Some Pylon 7 posted a picture where the bar was on a G key.
Yeah, G and K, I saw that. It's just like, how does that, like, did everything just got shifted over one? Like, what?
Yeah.
And like, what frustrates me about this, and I feel like we were ganging up on TKC, but it's because they keep messing up. And it's nothing against them, it's nothing against the people that work there. But the other thing that's frustrating for me is we have all these other vendors that have significantly less people that are working for them, right? TKC has one of the largest teams working on their products and their website. How do they continually have these issues that are errors on their side plus errors from the manufacturing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I could, if it was one or the other, I could probably understand it. But like, Omnitype's just Garrett and his wife. They get some help from some friends sometimes, but it's still just the two of them.
Yeah, I think they were talking the other day. They might hire one person now, like a third person.
Right. Like,
And
TKC's
they're
got
doing
like
lots of
10
stuff.
people that work there.
Well, 9 now. We didn't really talk about this, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's tie the knot on strawberry lemonade. Acceptable, right? It is,
Yeah.
as the Darth Vader meme. It is acceptable.
I appreciate the reaching out and doing something rather than just saying, "Oh, they didn't come in." Right?
They should have done this just on the coloring, though, because the thing about this now, you're sitting there and like, well, at least I'll get the accent. Like, oh man, the colors are all fucked. At least I'll get the accent or the. At least I'll get the novelties I ordered. Nope. like,
Dude.
like I just, if it would be, you said earlier, it'd be ganging up on them if we were going over the same shit. But every week, someone pings me going, look what happened now. Look what happened now. Look what happened now. And I'm like, I don't want there to seem like there's this, like, we hate TKC. There's not really in the hobby other than Lang. I don't hate anyone. But no, I love you, Lang. But what do? We report on things that happen in the hobby that typically are like we enjoy. We don't like when mess ups happen, but it's fun to talk about.
It is.
But like when you keep messing up, we're gonna keep talking about it. So I'm curious. I will say, I'm curious to know if Glorious is like, keep going, keep screwing up.
Yeah. I mean, this all goes back to what we said months ago of like, TKC just needs to take a step back and just go slow. They're trying to do too much, trying to go too fast. Like, if they've got, like Aussie Obsessions says, like when you have more people, more chances for miscommunications and things to happen. Totally true. They need to take a step back, put processes in place, iron out everything, make sure that things are getting checked multiple times. You got enough people to do it. Like, you launched a Twitch channel to stream that streams like 4 nights a week, and like, and I get it. You do great marketing. You know, they're doing a lot, and they're doing a lot for the hobby, and they have the ability to do so much good for this hobby. But if they continually make these mistakes, it's hard to want to send people their way, right?
Yep.
Like, regardless of if someone sponsors us, we send people to Novel Keys all the time for things because they're great people. They do great things, and they do amazing work for this community, right? TKC can very easily be that again, but they just need to figure it out.
Yeah. And someone said, focus on the basics. Let's put this in basketball terms. I feel like all the other vendors are going down and shooting their layups. They're working on their fundamentals. And TKC is trying to play like, what's the NBA jams? They're trying to do like
NBA
the half
Street.
court, NBA jams, NBA street. They're trying to do like the half court between the legs dunk, and it's just bouncing off the back rim every time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's let's quit trying to do so much, because you're not really trying to do anything fancy, right? You're just trying to release products. But let's cut the bullshit. Let's release some good stuff because we want to support you. There's a good chunk of people that are kind of waiting. But there are a lot of people supporting them already because these are being made. Like, there's hundreds and if not thousands of orders from TKC going. So they're doing something right. And they keep apologizing, but if you keep doing this and you keep doing this, you're gonna start seeing your numbers slow down. So
Yeah.
but
I want to say one more thing in response to that one, Brody, about their switches. Switches, yes, they're fine. They're fine switches. But what I don't like about what TKC has done is that they have tried to make their Switch releases like a hype shoe drop. And they have Tangerine Tuesday. Like, and they do things like that when it's like, you know, you compare it to Novel Keys. Novel Keys never made it like it was a drop, right? It was just like, these are the days that things are going up. If it sells out, it sells out. But he always has other things order. It's not like he's trying to do it all on one day and just like sell them all that day and then sell out and then not order them again for 6 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, and
I don't like that.
I've heard that shipping times on their Tangerine Tuesdays are negligent. So, but last bit of news on the TKC front, it looks like Mint Lodica is no longer working directly under TKC. She has made her own Mint Lodica LLC. So congratulations, starting your own company. She did mention that she is going to be working still very closely with them, I imagine, as a designer. But that also kind of is like, you know, I feel like we're on the Mad Money show. We're like, is this sell? Like, is she getting like?
Maybe she got fed up with it.
Maybe
because that was a big deal when they brought her on.
Yeah, it was a huge deal, and it wasn't that long ago.
It's like a year ago, maybe.
It was less. I don't even know if it was less than a year ago, but you know, maybe she made her stuff, made her money, and got out. Like, who knows? We don't know what's happening behind the scenes at TKC.
You called it, by the way.
What?
Before, you were like, TKC is just going to transfer into just like Mint Lodica stuff, but instead of transferring, she's just like, I'm doing my own thing.
There you go.
Nico is Buzzkill. What up? How you doing?
What's up, dude? Not a buzzkill, but let's get to the other aspect of why the stream title, which I thought was very clever. One day we will have everything, but on a positive note, because one day we will have everything from TKC. Hopefully that day is sooner than later. But on the other side of this, Lodica, sorry, real quick. Lodica from Type Beast. Lodica had the title of COO, so all the operational issues she had to step down for a while back. Well, that'll do it. Type Beast, thank you for the 12 months. Thank you for the 1 year. Heck
Heyo.
yeah, guys. Check out Type Beast. Go to typebea.st for an amazing newsletter. But we've got some new things that we will be, at least I know I will. I know you've got a giant bag of stabs you're not using, or you're good for a while. Novel Keys is making screw-in stabilizers. Whether or not we don't know, I don't personally know a whole lot about these. Very excited to see these. This was posted, I believe, on Instagram or some sort of messenger feed. But screw-in stabilizers by Novel Keys. Here's what I love about this. When we started the hobby, it was go to KVD Fans or go to Mech Market. You can join your group buys, and they were through Geek Hack, and it was through Google Form. And that still happens, but there weren't it was like we had Novel Keys, but you could get switches from Novel Keys, and that was about it. And it was only a very specific, like these, there's Kale and then Box, which is Kale. Insta story, thank you, Streaking Bison. And we're getting so close to what we've been dreaming of, which is in stock of everything you can get. You can get stabs, but now Novel Keys is making their own. That's just one step closer. Interesting that they're making screw-in stabilizers when their own keyboard does not support the NK65. So a little interesting. Curious to know. Maybe we'll see a design change in the NK65. Potentially, who knows? But interesting. But I mean, I think this is definitely for the people that are buying for every other keyboard.
Right. Or maybe we see them release also clip-in.
Yeah, clip-ins. Yeah.
Or plate mounted. I can't remember. Is it plate mounted that the
it's plate mounted, the NK65
NK65, yeah.
I believe.
So yeah, no, I'm really excited for these. Still not 100% sure if these are going to be some that they made themselves or if they're just like a rebranded, variant from another manufacturer. Is like the JWK Aquamarine stabilizers that Mechanist has. Don't know if it's that situation, but I would assume not.
They do kind of like the DIY.
Yeah.
Over there.
It is nice. It is nice to come in those boxes. I know it's a little bit big, but I wouldn't say it's much larger than like the C3 ones that people had.
Yeah. What I like too is that could potentially, depending on how they're packaged, that could help with preventing bent spacebar wires. Which, I don't know how big of an issue that there was with that, but when we would get stabs from Novel Keys from with the Durox, they were just in a bag, right? And so we haven't run into too many, but if it's like, hey, you can put them in this box and then you're basically guaranteed to never have issues with bent stabs or like significantly reduce your number. I like it. Is it a bit bulky? Yeah, but it's probably going to be the same size box. It's going to go in the same size box that they would ship your bag in anyway. So will they have anti-wire pop-out technology? I hope so. I really hope so.
Dude, yeah. It's so annoying. Like the V1 Durox. I'm at the point now where I just hate those stabs. They're like,
see, I'm weird because every time mine pop out, I'm able to just go pop it back in.
But you shouldn't.
But yeah, it's annoying.
You shouldn't have to, and they're just like they suck for super tactile switches. They're just like really bad.
So I've never had an issue with V1s until after the V2s came out. It's an inside job.
Planned obsolescence.
It's Durox on that Apple level shit. Planned obsolescence. I have been impressed with the V2. I tried to purposely pop the wires and was unsuccessful. Well, try harder, Scott. I have heard so many people have these issues. I've yet to encounter it personally. Yeah, I mean, I think when you lube the wire a good bit, it also like helps.
Keep it in there.
It helps loosen it up if you lube the wire too much. That's how it's happening. Because mine, it always pops on the left side, which
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know. But no, I mean, better stabs, right? And what I do think is really funny about all of this is, do you remember Rama stabs?
So with like the heat shrink tubing on the ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to those?
Dude, that was like
No, I'm not like calling out Rama, but like that was that. I remember when they announced that, people were like, "What? It's gonna be amazing. There's gonna be all these new stabs. It's gonna be like," and then everybody else released their stabs, and everyone's like, "All right, sweet."
that was like near the M60 run.
I think, yeah, it was. I mean, it's been a hot minute, and they released like the little GIF
Yeah.
of it going out 28. Probably, I think it was late 2018, because I think it was around the time they reran the M60.
Right.
Because it was like
Or
right
it
when
was
they were shipping the M60s, or maybe it was when the what's
the
it called?
Koyu was running.
The
It was when the
Koyu,
Koyu
yeah,
was
Koyu,
running.
yeah, because the Koyu, yeah, because they were like talking about that, and it would have been really cool to see. But I'm wondering if it was like maybe people won't buy $20 per stabs, but also this community. I mean, if they're good enough, like you already,
It's worth
to
it,
me,
right?
right? Yeah, I'm like, I get it. Like, if someone was like, "Hey, this stab is perfect. It's going to be the best stab you will ever use, guaranteed, and it's never going to break, and it's never going to pop a wire out. It's just going to be the greatest thing ever." $50 for one stab, and I'm like, all right, $150 for another keyboard just to know, like,
Yeah.
keyboard's already fucking $500.
Exactly. That's like the conversation that always happens when people are like trying to decide between two switches, and they're like, yeah, this one's a little bit better, but it's like a little bit more expensive than this one. And it's like, you're spending $400 on a keyboard.
And now we're
You can
talking $20.
handle
Yeah.
like another $10 on the switches.
Yeah.
Like, we could handle paying a little bit more for like supreme, awesome, grade A
Yeah.
stabs.
And the thing is, you don't have to put them on every single one, right? You get your end game set up. You get your top of the top. I never understood the complaining about Switch prices. I think it's just one of those. I think it's one of those things where you buy a keyboard and it's $400, and you're like, okay, well, now I gotta buy all these other things. I gotta buy the caps, and then you go buy the caps. And I think a lot of it, part of it has to come with the like, oh, I'm buying. You want to like, you kind of get excited, so you buy everything at once. If you buy a keyboard and it's in group buy, you've got time. You've got plenty of time. I oftentimes will set aside stabs for builds that are coming, and then I wind up just using them, and then I'm like, oh shit, shipping. All right, time to buy some stuff. Like, time to figure out what the fuck's going in here. But you want to buy everything all right then and there, and it's like, no, dude, just wait like a month or two. And if you already have a good working keyboard, like, don't cheap out because you want something done a little bit faster.
Yeah. Well, I've complained about Switch pricing before when it's not justified as to why a Switch is vastly more expensive than another one, right? Like, you would like, a lot of people would say that the difference between like a JWK linear, like, look at the lavender switches, right? They're great. Like,
I can't wait to build with them.
it doesn't make sense to pay more money to get Telios, right?
Mm.
Like, that's what I complain about.
Yeah.
Like that variance.
Yeah, but then if you're like, I want a really good tactile switch, and then you feel a Holy Panda, and you're like, yeah, this is great, but I'm gonna have to go with this, Gatoron Brown because of pricing. I'm like, well, are you even gonna like the board? Like, don't put used smooth tires on a Mercedes because you're probably not gonna like it. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it's like
don't put a folding chair inside of a Mercedes.
It's like if you have to wait like another month just so you can get that next paycheck to get the switches, just do it. You will enjoy the board for much longer than putting in a switch that's like you're cutting the corner for something that's cheaper. Right? Like,
and this is why we always recommend maybe start with something that's hot swap. So you can test, so you can do these tests. I find I had a couple people, and there's nothing wrong with starting with something that's not like entry level. But I had a couple people, hit me up about like the Squid 60. They were like, "This is my first board. Like my first board was a poker, or my first board was what's the an alt, and this is going to be like the first big upgrade. What switches should I use?" I'm like, "What do you like?" "Well, I've only ever tried like MX Reds." I'm like, "Well, if you like MX Reds, go for it, but would highly recommend finding a way to try a bunch of different switches or investing a little bit of money in a couple different sets of switches, just because it's going to be tough. Either that or get a hot swap for the Squid 60 and try a bunch of different ones." But when you get a board like the Orange 75, where there's only like 14 PCBs on the planet, you want to know what switch is going to go in there, because you do also at the end of the day, you run the risk of messing up your PCB. And if it's on like a one-off group buy, it could be very difficult to find that PCB again.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, it's like you always say, buy a switch tester.
Buy a switch tester.
Or just buy
a
like
couple.
switch
Hit
packs.
people up, man. I've got this crate of thing. I've got an entire, hold on, be right back.
Oh man, I still need to try some bobas. I know people in chat keep talking about bobas. Xylants, I feel like feel great, but they just are so underwhelming on the way that they sound. But there you go. I have that too.
Just tons. We got this is a cream stem of an MX housing. We've got some lilacs in here. I don't even know what this is. Oh, these are I usually keep one switch from every build I do. I talk to customers. I'm like, I want to keep one because I like keeping. This is a Xylent. We've got alpacas in here. We've got holy pandas. We've got a silent. This is a Halo, or not Halo. This is the Helio. The Helio. You could try all these if you want one of these. I mean, it's people. I'm not going to sit here and be like, "Mother of God, I can't try this." Like I want to try like one or two of these. I'm like, just hit people up.
Yeah, because
I don't have a list, but
everyone gets, when you buy switches, that you don't get exactly how many you need for the board. You always get a little bit more. So everyone's got like 5 switches from every build that they've ever done, just sitting around somewhere.
Ooh,
is that a Box Navy?
Box Navy.
There you go.
So, and also once meetups, that's the other huge thing here, right? Obviously, meetups kind of cripples a lot of these ideas of like, I want to go try one. I always talk about the Houston meetup. There's a guy taking notes, and I was like, you're the smartest person in here. Like, of the beginners, you're sitting here taking notes. I wanted to go read, but I was like, I don't want to invade his privacy. But I wanted, he would type on it and he'd write something down, type on it, write, and kind of copy what it was, and probably wrote something like, I like this about it. And, that's very important to do if and when we can ever do that. And that's, another thing, just piss off your friends' wallets and just get in with your buddy so you don't have to try everything. You can just share the love.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Also, Switch Doctor, I feel you on that, because I used to always buy 100, and I made the biggest mistake of buying 100 Nolive creams. And looking back now, I'm like, why the hell did I not just buy like 140? Because now I have like 40 switches that are just sitting that I can't do anything with, because they don't make that switch anymore.
DD Decline has entered the chat.
Like, I guess I could use Nolives for the alphas and then creams for the modifiers.
Or do like a stripe.
Yeah, or vice versa.
Get into 40s, yeah. But DD's in 40 in his pictures. Of course, his picture is up when we're talking about 40s.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's how I've got like 40 Zycos sitting in a drawer in there. I'm like, we're gonna use it on this macro packs. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. I sent if someone's like, I really want to try Zyko, but I don't have any of the stuff, I'll send you one or two.
Yeah,
Because
it might not work when
I'm
it
not,
gets there, but
yeah, I might be a little. I'll have to I just need to just put solder both of them together and or just clip them and hot glue them or something. Sell premium, yeah. One Zyko, $80 plus shipping.
Well, I think people were selling Nolive creams for
I
a
forgot about
insane markup. Also, I still have your Novelias, which is even more of a throwback.
I'm gonna have a shit ton because I have this many Novelias. There's probably a Novelia in here somewhere. But yeah, keep your switches too.
Dude, the kids these days, they don't even know Novelias. They don't even know what those are.
Yeah. Dude, you know what this is? This is actually kind of funny. Hold on.
Is that the Greetech? Oh no, it's a Yak Purple Panda.
No, this isn't the Purple Panda. This is the reason the Zyko exists.
Wait, what?
Remember, I was making
Xandas. Yeah, the Xandas. That's right.
That's funny. Anyway, but yeah, Zeal Stem, exactly. I got to get on the hype train. But Zyko's lore is just sitting in that box.
You should frame it. You should get a little display case.
Because this is one of the first 5 I remember. Because this is just put a little.
No, dude, you gotta get
Eric's got one of the other first Zykos.
You get the jewel box, one of the crystal boxes. It just sits on with a little. Dude. It's like a little podium holder.
Podium. I know Osiris has one of the first ones, and because I made 5, those are the first 5, and I made one of them broke. And Nebulant has one because he really wanted one, and I think I intended to send one to Quakeums, but anyway. So that is the topics. We love the idea of the stabs. We want more things. We want PCB. We love that the PCB. There it is. The PCBs are coming in full force from Novel Keys. I know. We talked about the possibility of the Bauer Light being an in-stock item. NK65s are sticking around, so the hobby is just turning out to be in a really good place right now, and I think that's awesome. And I know I speak for both of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
absolutely,
let's get into some fun. Last week we had a lot of entries. This week we don't have as many, but but I know where we left off. We left off with the one that was it was posted that night, but it was after we had already from Aussie Obsessions. It is the Zephyr. So guys, it is keyboard of the week time. This month is Keeb Butts. If you guys don't remember, we do keyboard of the week, and we've changed it up. So we will be taking pictures of a theme this month. The theme is Keeb Butts. And you will get, if you take a picture and post of the back end of your keyboard, we'll go keyboard of the week. And then by the end of the month, we will have 4. And at the end of those, we will have a little 4 picture 4 keyboard tournament. Keeb Butts all February. Yes. And the winner of the month will have their picture immortalized in a calendar of 2022.
The calendar is going to be so ridiculous.
It's going to be fucking hilarious.
It's going to be awesome. We have to find something to do that's going to be really funny for December.
Oh yeah. So, and for those who don't know, last year's keyboard of the year winner will be January for the Wazowski. So that's because we did not do this during January. So yes, this is, I will take credit because this is probably the best idea on Mechs on Deck that I have ever had.
I think at one point we talked about a calendar, how it would be funny to do one.
We did. Yeah. We talked about doing where each streamer was a calendar person, or each streamer was a calendar person. That's a sentence. Each streamer was a month. And then we did the streamers, but now there's too many streamers.
Dude, this is way better. This is I would say this is either on par or above the Teha Types vinyl of typing.
Oh yeah, vinyl of listening. I think that's on Spotify too, I believe. So, but yeah, post your Keeb butts. If you go to our Discord, let me type in !Discord, and you go to KOTW, and post the back of your pictures. Don't worry, you do have more chances to win because we don't just take it on the day. We will go back to the last one we see. It's on slow mode, so there's not going to be too much chatter. Feel free to compliment any of the keyboards on there, but it's going to be slow on there so that we're able to keep up. But starting off this week, a board that I know all too well.
Yours was this color, wasn't it?
No, mine was gray.
That's right. Yours was gray. Yeah,
this is the board that did it.
This is the board that ruined 65% for my main man, Chewart Little here.
If you guys want to know, the board's fine. It was the layout when I realized how much I didn't need it.
You were so stoked for this board, too.
I was so stoked for the board, man. And I canceled my Koyu order for it. I was like,
that was probably a good idea.
Yeah, probably.
Because you found out, I feel like you would have been way more disappointed if you waited all of that time for the Koyu, and then you were like, you got it, and you're like, this is not good.
Yeah, I would have been upset. No, I enjoy the Koyu. I think it's a cool looking board, but I would have been out of 65%. I would have been like waiting to sell it at that point.
Yeah.
Or just giving it to you. Do I post key picks? No, you post on KOTW in the Discord. It is, I believe it is under keyboard pictures. But yeah, Zephyr, it's a beauty. I love the bump-ons on this. Fantastic.
Yeah, it is a beautiful board. This board was super highly touted at the time. In 2018, it did have some like issues during the group buy and stuff, but everything back then had issues. But this was one of the higher end boards at the time. This was what led to people really having hope in the fulfillment of the Xeno, which Zeal failed on. No one else failed on that. It was Zeal. Don't blame Poner or Wilba on that one. But no, the Zephyr is a pretty board. I've always liked the aesthetic of it. It
Very
looks great.
Industrial.
Yeah, it looks great. The weight looks really cool. Obviously, you can tell just by the way that the mounting and everything is done. We've come a long way in a short couple years, but this still looks really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the industrialness of it. I love that. I love how it's the weights PVD, so it's real reflective, and you can. It's just a really cool. I love the color here. This is a board that I hope to see on other weeks or other months because I want to see the caps that go on this. I think that GMK Navy that came out with cannon keys, I think would look really, really good on this. Or just go like full on striker. But fantastic. Coming up next, this I have no idea what this keyboard is, but it's an ergonomic design. It says Tokyo keyboard. I like the little ergonomic design. It's got a cool, I don't know if that's intentional, an Alex 40. I don't know if it's intentional, but that little swirl design on it looks pretty sick. Or maybe that's just the PCB, but allowing it to show through. Fantastic.
It looks very like anime flames design.
Milled acrylic, hand dipped. Very nice.
Ooh. Yeah, this thing looks freaking cool. Like the butt of this looks awesome.
Swirl butt.
I do find it interesting that the text on the bottom is technically printed upside down. That's interesting. Because the where it says Tokyo keyboard made with
that would be like
yeah. The swirl is the
Is the
PCB.
PCB. Okay,
Dude,
but
that looks
I
sick
mean,
coming
it
through
looks
it.
dope, and then yeah, coming through just because it's not the case, it still looks fucking amazing. It's my pick. Well, you took a great pick, my guy.
This is a
Or my
great
girl.
like
Or my
gradient too. We
yeah.
don't see that very often with even with these types of cases. Like people don't do this. I know um, the moon tower was dipped polycarbonate, I believe, or
Mhm.
but yeah, I haven't seen a gradient like this that looks this good
Mhm.
in a
I like
while.
that I like that it's not perfect either.
Hmm.
Like, because when a gradient's, like, too perfect, I'm just like, "Yeah, it's just two-tone." So, next up, we've got a TMO 50. I love the plainness of this. I also love that okay, I was like, "This looks like the same, like" yeah, it's the same guy. Uh, so same setup, very similar. Looks like this guy likes long blue, darker blue, keyboards. He's got a type. He's got a type of butt that he likes, and I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good looking behind. Great brass weight. I like the TMO logo on there. I think it just looks cool. It looks clean. Um, yeah, these are nice. I know. Was it the V2 that people weren't as hyped
The
on
V2,
as the
they
V1?
changed, I think, the layout.
Right.
Like, there was an actual change to the V2 that people were upset about. I don't think it was like a quality problem as
Right.
much as it was like they made design changes they were not a big fan of. Is it only Key Butts Day? Frequency OL, it is Key Butts month. Next month we'll be doing a different theme.
TMO
And
Maker just announced a new F-Rollless TKL. Ooh,
there it is.
nice.
I like it. So next up is not a key butt. So we'll go down to this one. I have no idea what I'm looking at here.
I
Not sure if
think
this counts. LBM 3101 zinc coated backplate. This looks like an old key butt.
yeah, this is a vintage key butt. Yeah, I think
Still holding up.
this is the back plate, and then the plastic would go around this for an old
Yeah.
IBM keyboard. Um,
That's a cabinet door. I love it. At least it's not saggy.
when I first saw the picture, I thought it was one of those really cool like hand wired ones where they use the copper piping rather
Oh
than
yeah.
um but no, this looks really freaking cool. I don't know if
I
this
love
actually
this.
qualifies, but I think it looks really cool.
I, it's if it's the back of a keyboard, I'm down. I want this like just hang. I just want that piece just like hanging like, as art.
Yeah.
Like it's just a cool little industrial look.
Would you
So
say that this butt is naked? This is a naked booty.
I mean, it's pretty damn naked. I appreciate that. So we'll go with Iwane. Which one do you want us to choose? I know you're in chat. You've got two up here, two pictures. So you guys are more than welcome to do multiple entries of different boards. We just won't accept multiple entries of the same board.
Dealer's choice. I've already got one picked out, and it's the one
All right.
with two boards.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So the Haley, kind of the younger sister of the I just went completely blank on the name. The Project Keyboard Kepler. It's like the younger sister of the
Oh yeah,
Kepler.
smaller one. Yeah.
A little smaller. That PVD back looks beautiful, along with the angelic Chimera 65. It's a great picture. I love how much reflection the Haley shows off. Like this is just a beautiful, beautiful picture.
Yeah.
Shiny, definitely a shiny butt.
Yeah, I'm hoping to one day try out a Haley because I did enjoy that design. It's like Chewy said, it's similar as far as the bottom is to the Kepler. It's stainless steel polished. Okay, so it's stainless steel behind on Haley. But the Haley, I knew that it ran, or I was told it ran, but I forgot until like he posted this the other day because it was one of those things. There was a big deal whenever the interest check was posted.
There was a brouhaha.
Yeah. And then it like kind of went away, and then it was more of a private thing, friends and family deal. Which is fine. I think that's like kind of the future of like really nice higher end keyboards that aren't from a large company.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
gnarly
I'd love
Charlie.
to try it.
In short, there was a problem with the ordering where people ordered and then the account got locked, and it was just one of those. All right, let's just give everyone their money back and let's run this. Like it was an attempt to make a lot of boards, and then they're like, time out, hold on, my bad. Like start over. Here's your money back. We're gonna do this privately.
Look,
But
kids,
very
this
very
is
very
what
cool.
going broke looks like in this. Oh, but yeah, no, I mean, Haley looks great. It's a great looking bottom, as well as the Chimera. Don't take anything away from the Chimera.
Oh yeah, not going to. Next up, I don't really know the board. It looks like it might have either a custom engraving of a Majora's Mask from the Legend of Zelda, also a nice little Legend of Zelda desk mat theme there. So very cool little etching. I don't know if that's personally done. I don't know. I don't think it's a sticker. And if it is, it's a very clean looking sticker compared to the rest of the board. Love it. Shows some personality, right?
Yeah, this looks awesome. You've got a cool little desk mat there. Excuse me. Yeah, I like this. Stacked acrylic boards are freaking cool. That's like one thing I think that I could take from 2020 was you and I starting to appreciate the stacked acrylic and the 3D printed case community.
Oh yeah,
because it is
love.
fat.
I've been using my SM. I nicknamed it the SM60. My SM keyboard's 60% at work, while my OSA is in the Cerakote shop, and I love it. I mean, I enjoy it. It's a great. I put the wrong bump-ons on, but I like the bump-ons I put on it way better. They're like the thick ones that were meant for a like a lube station. I like that. It's just like higher up. It sounds really good.
Yeah, I think I put the bump-ons for my iron fell off, or like a couple of them fell off. So I put extra bump-ons I had from my Baka on it, and they don't fit in the hole at all. But hey,
whatever works. If
it
you need more,
works.
If you need more, I got you.
Next
So-
up, we've got a constellation in a beautiful lavender lilac color.
Lavender.
Lavender. Talk about bump-ons. Those are some thick boys.
Thick boy bump-ons. Fantastic constellation. Is this a 40s? I don't remember. Switch Doctor AU. Let me know. Switch Doctor's board looks great. 65%. I can tell the back. 65%. Yeah, okay, that sounds a lot more familiar. Yeah, because this, if you can see, you can kind of see the side profile. It's got a very cool little design to it. That's a clean ano. That's a really clean ano. So very, very cool. Next up, I love it. The front looks a lot better if you want to see. Yeah, I love it. Hey, you know what? I dig it.
Hey, we said all keyboard butts are welcome
here. We do
here.
not discriminate towards butts. You know what? At least I know that it's rated for 5 volts. Don't know any about. Don't know. Name one other keyboard on this list that you know the exact voltage of.
Dude, and you need to recycle this. You cannot throw it in the trash can. Okay.
Yes.
Must be recycled.
Perfect. Next up, we've got 3 different pictures from Mr. Dutch Master. So let's do 2 today, and we'll do 1 next week. We'll start off next week with Mr. Dutch Master.
Well, I've already got the Chimera open.
Very clean.
Yeah. This is a good picture. Like I like the plant that's in the foreground that's out of focus. And I like the switches in the background that are also out of focus, and it just really brings your eyes to the shield that is in the center of the weight.
Some good leading lines. Maybe hot take. I don't know. It's not really a hot take as a preference take. I like this more than the angelic one.
Yeah.
The angelic one looks good, but I love the look of sandblasted brass because
Yeah.
it's even. Like it's not shiny and then not as shiny. I really like this one. I really like this picture.
I would agree with you because I just don't like PVD. And it's
Yeah.
not because I like the way PVD looks when you buy it. I don't like the way PVD looks 6 months
minutes
after
after.
you've owned it.
So,
You guys
oh,
rule.
you rule even more, Lang.
Yeah, he said he hated you earlier, by the way.
That's fair, I did, but I'll say it to his face on Discord. Because since he lives, like 600-700 miles north of me. I wasn't here, so I get it. I love it. But yeah, great picture by Mr. Dutchmaster. And then which one do you want to do?
Let's just go down the line. Let's do the iron.
Go
and then
down
we'll
one.
save
Iron 165 for our last entry tonight. Clout.
clout. I was about to say, dude, if you don't say anything about the clout. Yeah, I mean, this looks great. It's an iron. You're not seeing, this is like a sneak peek of the booty, right? This is just one cheek, right? This is
like,
just the crack,
Yep, just the crack. That's all you need sometimes.
Also, Lang, how did you not submit the butt of your iron? Like,
Next
come on,
week.
man. Next week.
Next week. So, all right. What are you feeling? What are you feeling? I'm torn between 3.
Ooh.
I'm torn. While we decide, I want to give a quick shout out to our awesome sponsors. You can go to Omnitype for mechsondeck.omnitype.com. Pick up GMK. I keep wanting to say Tizu. GMK Tuzi. Very nice purple set. Omnitype's new website recently launched. And I know that Botanical Extras will be going live soon. So be sure to stay tuned for that, as that is a fantastic set to get it on. GMK Astral is running on Project Keyboards very soon. GMK Astral, very awesome light blue set. I'm very excited to see how that set turns out. So be sure to check that out. And then Kaneki running GMK Birch. Got some cool desk mats from the Birch lineup. Also, just some other desk mats that they've been running. They've got great switches. The lavender linear switch that I know Cyrus and I both are big fans of, as well as like some cool seal linear switches by Mint. If you like the Minterly, if you like the heavier springs, you can check out Zap Cables if you want to get a pre-made cable. He does pre-made runs of theirs, so check that out. You can also make your own cable. Fantastic little guides on there as well as one of our YouTube videos that comes up if you would like to see us from 2 years ago try to make a cable. As well as great desk mats, great desk pads. So check that out. Type Beast, type bea.st for an amazing newsletter. He will be running Mech Madness starting in March. So you will very much hear more from us about that soon. And then, of course, SmithRune.com. Smith Rune has amazing keyboards. The Iron 165 will be running soon. They've got great merch on the store page. And I guess I will say I cannot recommend that you cook meat on the back of Smith & Rune products.
Yeah, don't recommend it. And if you do, use less oil than Lang did, so you don't start a fire in your house. Love you, bud. I've picked. I'm picking the Chimera. The Dutch Master.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna go with
contained fire, by the way.
Yeah, contained. I'm gonna go. I really like the Haley. I really like the Haley, and I really like the Zephyr. I think I'm gonna go for the Haley though.
For the Haley, okay.
For the Haley, I think I'm gonna go for the Haley. I think it looks great. Honorable mention to Aussie Obsessions for the Zephyr because that's such a clean picture.
I'm honestly surprised that you didn't go with the Alex 40 with the crazy looking.
I really like that too. I really, God, there's a lot of good. Keep the submissions coming. Maybe take a different picture, a different angle. Always helps. If you want to look at great photography skills, look at Mr. Dutchmaster W, who also, I don't know if he's in chat, but Dutchmaster has an amazing stream. I watch his stream quite frequently. So he's a good guy, very good guy. So let me get that poll started up. And we got the Chimera and Black, just so there's no confusion. And then the Haley.
Dude, I can't feel my face stuck in my head since the Super Bowl.
I haven't watched the halftime show yet.
Really?
Yeah, we're like, my wife and I are big Weekend fans. So yeah, there he is, Dutch Master. So, and I got a list of people that I need to reach out to that I want to bring on the show, because I want to bring on Dutch Master and I want to bring on Archetype, and they both are sitting here talking in chat right now. So expect me to hit you up at a very random time, probably in the morning, for setting up interviews. We'll get those set up. But what are we doing this week?
Yeah, so tomorrow we will be live again at 8 p.m. Central Time. So that's like 22 and a half hours from now. And it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be kind of a build along, a teaching stream. We're going to walk Miss Abracadaniel through building a macro pad. Chewy's going to be more teaching. I'm just going to be more hanging out, maybe laughing at Chewy doing things, and trying to help as much as I can. But it'll be mostly Chewy. But it's going to be fun. It's something that we've talked about doing this basically since we started the stream, of like walking someone who is new, who's very green in the hobby, very green in soldering and all of that, showing them the ropes, showing them how to do it, showing that it's not that hard. So I'm excited for it. Is Abracadaniel, she excited?
She's excited, nervous. It's a little both, you know. So, but I just like messed my drawer up and now I can't close it.
Way to
go. How's our, but and then yeah, so and then Saturday we got some boards like shipping or being Cerakoted at the moment. So, but we're gonna start doing some back to Chorin streams. Back to Chorin. So we're gonna bring those. We never really did them too. I think we've done like maybe one or two, but we'll do some Chorin streams. Probably just hang out in Discord with some people too. Keep it real light. Keep it real breezy. I've got to desolder this Evolve that I built the other day, as well as some other just little projects that I need to work on. And why not stream, right? Why not have a little fun with it? So, as we wrap up here, it is a clear winner. I don't think we're gonna get congratulations to. Hold on, I'll wait to call it.
You'll wait the 1 second.
You never know.
Hey,
congratulations! You never know when a random 9 votes come in. Congratulations to Dutch Master. The Chimera and Black is now entered into the end of the month to potentially be immortalized in an amazing calendar that has not been made yet. Chimera and Black, awesome key butt.
Yeah, this looks good. This is a fantastic booty. Congratulations, Mr. Dutch Master. And I guess you're in the running again for next week with that your last one, because we're gonna start with that one next week. So get your booty pics ready. Post them in the keyboard of the week, the KOTW channel in our Discord, and we'll take a look at them next Monday at 8 p.m. And we'll see how those fannies are looking.
Hell yeah. So, you know who's live right now who we never get to raid?
Who's that?
Man of Interests.
Really? Huey is live.
Huey's live. Last time we rated him was the time that I accidentally posted something from Walmart in chat.
Was it like a burger sauce or something?
No, it was the Chick-fil-A. It's the Chick-fil-A sauce equivalent. So yeah, we're guys, if you haven't if you haven't seen or heard of Mr. Man of Interest, he is a very long time member and a very big reason a lot of the things in the hobby are kind of in place. So definitely go check out his stream. Tell him we say hello. Tell him his mane looks amazing. Hair is perf.
Dude, I didn't realize. I was looking at the HHKB or the Real Force website. He has like an article on the front page of the Real Force website of his HHKB.
Ooh, fancy. Well, go check him out here. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. And as we like to say, buy a Switch tester.